Right here, this is a new wireless video doorbell with a base station and chime, which is pretty much in every way better than what I have currently on my house. So I'm going to show you what I have in there currently and what this thing can do. So right off the bat, you're going to see that things change. I mean, it's technology. It's always changing, of course. But just in a year's time, because I just did a Heim Vision, which is basically the same thing. It looks almost exactly the same. This piece right here, with the exception of this one here, has a rechargeable wireless battery technology, so that when you can't wire this thing into the two wires that you find in a doorbell chime. One of these guys right here, that's how most traditional doorbells are connected. On the back of this unit right here, there's a big rechargeable battery, okay? So once you mount it up on there, it's self-reliant. Of course, if you want to, which I don't want to, is you can use a USB-C type wire and you can run it through the wall and get a 5-volt charger. But who the heck has that? I sure as hell don't. I mean, this is a pretty new house that I live in, and this thing doesn't have it. I don't think really anybody does. So in that one point, I'm not a fan, but it does have the wireless capabilities, so we're good there. Mine has no speaker like this. It's built into the front, so this one here is on the bottom. I do like that. Also, I'm going to show you my old one. My old one has the SD card for the micro SD for the recordings built into the doorbell chime on the wall itself. So technically someone can just come up to my house and rip the thing off the wall, and there goes your video storage, right? This one here moves it to the hardwired power supply. This model right here is much more classy. It actually matches my house a lot better, and is an AC type of power. If you're wondering what this thing is, this is a network cable. So when you connect this, which is, they call this the base station, you can plug this in right there with the Ethernet there into your modem. You get a hardwired installation connection as opposed to Wi-Fi, which is pretty much how most wireless doorbells work. This one here, I'm going to do Wi-Fi. Some additional stickers. You can make it look cool if you want. Foam mounting, 15-degree or a flush mount. And I'm also going to tell you about some other bones I have to pick about my wireless doorbell that this one hopefully will resolve once it's installed. So here's the one I'm removing. This is that Heim Vision. You can see it's a little bit smaller. This one here is actually quite a size difference, but you can see that the style is very similar. But this one's here is much more ergonomic. It just looks nicer, and it matches my house a lot more, so I kind of like that. I'm a big fan of that. This one here is a 15-degree angle, and like I said, on the bottom, that's where the SD card is, and that's no bueno. This one here moves it in the house, so that's good. But this one here actually picks up damn near everybody on the street. So basically, all the way out there, any car that drives by, this thing is dinging like a son of a bitch. I hate that feature. My wife took her app off immediately after like one day. She couldn't take it anymore. And inside, this here, this is the wireless chime that comes with that one that I'm taking out of my house now. And you can see it's just the chilling, deal. It just sits there. And this one here runs off of batteries. So to this discredit, this one here is a hardwired, doorbell. The two wires from the transformer outside. This one here is wireless, but this one here is base station is wired, but this one is wireless. So it's like, which way do you want it to be? But this thing's kind of cheese. We'll see how this one here looks. And again, it's a lot easier on the eye. So you got that going for you too. So this here is the screw I just unscrewed from the bottom of my old doorbell. Like I said, when you unplug that, you can see, so you can clearly see, comparing these two together, this thing is a beast compared to this thing. See how little the speaker is on there? This is pretty big. I kind of like that. I'm liking that big speaker. I mean, I believe that big sound will come out in those small speakers, so we'll see how clear this voice rings out. And there is the two wires from the transformer that I wrapped with heat shrink on the old doorbell. Those are not going to be needed because this one here has just wireless battery. This is how the old one was mounted on there. This was the base mount, and this one here screws into that, so it adapts and brings it out to 15 degrees, and then you would click the doorbell onto that. This one here is just simple one piece. You slap it on there and you click it on, and it's in there. And here's what I mean about that. See, here's the 15-degree plate. Mount that going on there, and this just clicks right in there. You got it. So tentatively, I have the backing plate mounted up on there. And then you simply take the doorbell. How's that look?
Not too shabby.
So you got to consider when you're installing this unit, you could do a couple things. You can mount this chime and main module, as they call it, by a network adapter like your Wi-Fi. Okay, now I have a smart home, so my laundry room, which is pretty much halfway in the middle of my house, is where this cable will plug into. That means I'm never going to hear that doorbell. However, it will chime through the phones that are connected through the app. So you have to decide for yourself if you want to just live with that or if you want to have both. Personally, I like both. So I'm going to put this in the foyer of my home. I'm going to put this little card in there. And this one here is 128 gigabytes, so that's got plenty of RAM on there. Okay. And that's how I'm going to do that. So this here is what the camera looks like in the dark at nighttime. You see it's got that little blinking light. When it blinks white, that's telling you that it's connected and working properly. And when someone comes by the house and rings your bell, the phone will send you a notification on your app, and inside the house you can hear the chime box module and you see who it is. If it's me, don't answer.